I've done 2 takedowns of the same guy because he kept doing shit to fuck with me. And I know it's the same guy running probably the underscore merch. And I haven't gone after that one because frankly at this point I'm not on YouTube anymore. So I'm like, I don't care. It's advertising for Rumble. Douchey Nazi goes, you mean that isn't you? No, that's not. It's a troll channel that does a bad time trying to troll me, and it just makes people want to watch my show.
Oh, you take me out of your chat, you're ruining free speech. No, me and you are defending free speech, Mersh. We're saying what we want to say.
Great example, right? I know you're not the biggest fan of Ethan Ralph, probably, or did you guys make up? Are you guys cool?
Who?
You and Ralph. You and Ethan Ralph.
I was on his show and he was particularly professional and nice, and actually sort of apologized to. I think you had a problem with him for something with.
He put Pat Dixon on when Pat broke my jaw and ran like a cunt and hid, and he lied about it.
I found him really actually lovely, and I canceled on him twice. I didn't know.
But the difference between Ethan Ralph, the difference between those 2 fucking women that were shitting on you yesterday because they're stupid cunts that want views is we've hung out in real life.
No,
I don't know Ethan Ralph. You did my show one time. What's that? You go.
You're missing my point altogether.
I'm sure I am. Do it again. I'll listen.
I was just bringing up Ralph as an example of somebody that everyone knows. Everyone knows who Ralph is, right? Mm-hmm. I've known Ralph for 6 years. I've known Ralph. We've been to Vegas. We've eaten fucking giant tomahawk steaks. We've fucked broads. We've done coke. We've fucking gambled. I've done everything with Ethan Ralph, right? All the shit these people oh, I got a thing on him. Whatever. The point being, right, at no point in all of my shenanigans with Ethan Ralph would I have ever, first of all, done anything. I don't do anything anyway in life that, I'm not, I'm ashamed of. You know what I mean? Doesn't matter if I'm fucking a hooker or I'm doing some cocaine, whatever I'm doing, which I don't do a lot of that shit anymore. But if I'm doing that on a weekend in Vegas, whatever I'm doing, I'm very unashamed of it. And I'm very yeah, this is what I do. I'm not banging kids. I don't trade in child porn. I'm not a weirdo. I don't fucking DM female fans like a weirdo. But if I'm in Vegas, we got hookers, we're doing my point being, none of the dirt I've ever done or spoke of around these people would ever come back to do anything other than enhance my image in general, as opposed to these people like the Rocadas and Aaron and these guys, where it got very parasocial, and they immediately formed a polycule weirdo thing, and then it became us against the world. We're going to hide all these secrets. And then it eventually comes out, and then, of course, we're all going to laugh hysterically when your kid tests positive for coke. It's funny. It's funny. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where, yeah, I just would caution people on the internet, including you guys, if you're going to cuddle up with Aaron, the most notorious snitch on the internet. I don't know anybody on the internet that has more snitch status in the streets than Aaron Imholt. I'm just saying, if you guys want to make...
It's the internet that you just said, number one. Number two, we're not cuddling up with him. We obviously understand the foibles of Aaron, okay? Just so you're not worried about it. We get it, but continue.
All right. But all right, Kiana, to your point, I used to sell cocaine and run strip clubs, so I kind of know the streets.
Are you hiring? Because Compound, I've been out of Compound for 6 months now. Are you hiring? That's what I need to know.
I can get you a gig if you need a gig at a strip club.
In New York?
Maybe, if I haven't burned that bridge.
All right, go on.
No, but I know. Look, I ran titty bars. I sold cocaine. I ran around dope boys for years. I was never a tough guy, but I observed it. And I'm telling you, Keanu, the streets ain't much different than the internet, except the difference being in the streets, somebody will at least come up to you and beat your fucking ass and rip your fucking weave out of your head, face to face. Whereas on the internet, they're like, oh, we're just going to swat them until a cop eventually murders them. But it's very similar vibes.
I get it. Okay.
But for what it's worth, I don't care about any of that. If I'm talking to, when I did that, it's fine.
You're in that world.
Yeah, but I'm not in that world. Like, this is what I've been talking about all.
Yes, you are. Whether you want to be or not, baby girl, welcome to the. You're the guy that's in prison, and you're going, I'm still working on my appeal. It's not happening. You're in your
Mersh, I am, but I'm not even that guy, because it's like, Mersh, you're 110% right, and it's hilarious. It's the funniest thing all night, and I watched the charge. But Mersh, I am that guy, and I don't even know that, like, I don't even know what goes on. Like, I know I'm in the dabbleverse, but I'm not trying to be, and I don't sit there saying, like, it's not me. It's like, I wouldn't know how to be a member of it if I wanted to. And whenever I do, it's like, well, you're the most hated guy.
Out there, it's like anyone's titties to anyone else's phone. You know what I mean? You know, it's like you remember The Wire. You ever watch The Wire? Right? It's one of my. I watched the first episode halfway through 3 fucking times. I can't click on it. I know it's great, but go on. This is one of my favorite scenes in the show. Is when one of this like low-level fuck-up strip club owner tries to like get deep into drug dealing behind the drug lord's back, and he gets caught by state police. And right away, like, the attorney of the drug lord goes to meet him in jail, you know, and it's one of the greatest lines ever in The Wire when he goes, "You wanted to be in the game, and now you're in the game." Well, you got in the game, Gina.
I didn't want.
You didn't even want to be in the game, but you got the titties.
Yeah, I didn't want to be in the game, and they love it. And I already got a clip up from today's show where it's like, they hate me in the game. And some guy's like, oh, you could do a redemption arc like Chad. And that takes me back to what you're saying. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't want these people to like me.
Hear me out on this, right? You want to amp this up? Do we want super chats for months going past the holidays? Because look, let's be honest, the holidays are tight. Even my audience tonight fucking sucked dick. Nobody was giving me money. So we need to amp up the drama. We got to get on the clip channel. So why don't you send me a screenshot of the screenshot of Aaron sending you Kayla's titties on the air, and then you can say to me, my boy's boy didn't do too bad, did he? And then we can set off a whole new firestorm.
Because I couldn't delete that. By the way, I could not delete that picture fast enough.
Honestly, I defended you guys when that happened before there were charges. When it just happened, and the internet went, that was a weird moment, right? Like, I very much hyper observed that, and I never once indicted you. Like, I always went, Chino just kind of went, okay. And then, like, even when you went, like, oh, I guess I don't hate tattoos so much. That's a guy just being nice to another guy. Like,
that's a guy trying to keep the stream going. Yeah.
If I sent you a nude of a girl and I'm like, hey, look at this girl. She's a little bigger than usual, but, like, you know, she's kind of cute, right? Like, you're just being a guy going, first of all, why are you sending me nudes? But you just go, yeah, no, I guess big girls are not so bad all the time. Like, you were you were so clearly uncomfortable. Like, it was like where you went,
yes.
Why are you sending me this, bro?
And it, like, you nailed it, Mersh. And I even said to Keanu, like, in the days leading up, it's like there was a 3-way chat. I'm like, he just sends you text trying to get the sympathy, and he tries to send me the same text trying to be a pro. I'm like, and I don't respond. She does. The one time I responded, I get a fucking, and I go, see that? And this is where it's not even Aaron's fault. It's not, like, I shouldn't say, Aaron's trying so hard that he got himself in trouble. But again, like, what's going on right now, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it because I'm the heel, is like, they literally thought, oh my God, once we discredit Aaron, then, you know, Gino and Keanu, and the cops called us 3 fucking times, and they're like, Gino should have lied, and everyone in the fucking dabbleverse, it's like, you should have lied to a cop. I love that they think, like, oh my God, he's a snitch.
You should have been accessory on a revenge one case.
Yeah, like, I want to lie to a cop for that bullshit, and then once.
No, dude, this is literally the same thing people gave me when they said I should have punched Bacon Alaska in the face when he was filming me, when there were like 16 cops across the street looking at us, and he's a known federal informant. And to this day, the internet just wants to dare you into shit where they're like, oh, remember 2 years ago or 10 years ago, like, remember when Baked Lasky didn't punch it? I'm like, why would I punch a guy in the face in the streets? I'm not like that. First of all, like, why would I do that? And then you want to debate. It's the internet baiting you into the whole content world. You know what I mean? It's the same thing. Dude, I will, by the way, and I will, Gino, off the air. I can't tell you this on the air, but I can tell you off the air. I will, if you message me after the show, I will tell you the names involved in this, but I can't tell you on the air. But let's just say they're people you know, and there were people I did a podcast with a long time ago, and they did a lot of fucking, gross degenerate shit, like trying to fuck a woman that I just married, like, and we married, like, we dated in high school, and then we hooked up, like, one weekend, and we got a little crazy and got, like, kind of fake married or whatever, but, like, everybody was digging it, but they immediately were just trying to bang this chick, like, they were gross. But they in the process of doing a lot of that shit, I learned, like, the manipulation that you see, like, the Aaron types and the Ricada type. Which I love Ricada and all, but they literally came to me one time, and this goes to the Aaron thing, which one day, like, I remember we were doing our podcast, and we were done one day, and I'm like, I just looked at my shitty, like, phone, and I'm like, oh, hell yeah. And they're like, what? I'm like, my girl just sent me, like, a little nude, like, whatever, and it was just her topless. Yeah, and I was like, hell yeah, just to get me through the day. And I'm like, this is cool. And he's like, and, like, well, this was, come on, let's relax, Kiana. This was
yes, not I thought she was
2007. We used
to. She send you tapas and burritos.
Here's the problem. We used to ease ourselves into it in 2007. It was just tapas, and then you worked your way into fucking seeing their colons. But, like, so she would, she would send me stuff. I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah. And I'll never forget, like, I had podcast co-hosts that were like, and they were swingers. Like, it was a dude and his wife, and they were like, yo, like, let's see some of those. Like, I want to see what she looks like, man. She's so fucking hot, and I'm like, what? Like, no, I don't. What? Why would I do that? Like, why would you even ask that? Like, I remember being like, wow, that's a weird thing to ask. And, like, they were like, no, it's cool. And then they immediately leaned into, well, I'm going to show you, like, I could show you pictures of, like, me and my wife having threesomes with, like, hot porn chicks. And, like, I'll trade you. And I'm like, I just remember thinking, wait, so I'm going to trade you a woman who gave me no consent to trade her nudes.
Yeah.
In exchange for you trading nudes that some third woman in your relationship didn't have. Like, you know what I mean? And I was like, I just remember, dude, this was me doing coke, fucking women, cheating on them, fighting people, like, selling drugs. Like, I was disgusting in my 20s. And I still remember that being a weird line for me before it was a law. Just being like, you want me to, I don't know, man, that's kind of fucking gross, dude. Like, I would rather, like, just, you know what I mean? Like, it's say drugs, or, like, I'll fuck a bitch that wants some coke. Like, you want to suck my dick for some coke? Like, I'm not above the law or being a good guy, but when you get into that level of, this chick sent me a thing where it's like, hey, check me out, like, blah blah blah, and then you're immediately like, yo, check out this pussy I'm getting. That is a fucking, for me, a fucking fine line.
Well, for all that we've just said, what I always go back to, and why I don't get the dabbleverse, is, Mersh, you get it. I know you personally. You came and did my show. We still laugh about after the show when we went across the street and I said to Anthony, I'm like, I just had Mercer on my show, and, like, he hates me. And this is what goes on when you live in real life. Again, say what you want about Aaron and April, but me and Keanu knew them personally, and it was very briefly. It was 2 weekends, maybe a total combined of 5 days. But there's people, everyone in the dabbleverse tells stories, fucking makes shit up and lies, and that's why it's like, I will never be able to lock my brain into what goes on there or not be the deal. And it's like, when I say stuff, it's like I'm talking like just an old man who's lived a normal life, and they're like, no, we want, like, when you see, I don't know about you, I'm asking you, when I see Chad, and maybe you've never, when he goes, this is TM Zumach reporting, do you not say, what a it? Do you not say, what happened to you? You used to be at least be a passable comedian. Real people knew you were never funny. Real people knew that you fucking just did hack fucking Cleveland third mic jokes. But at least you were trying to be a comedian. Now you're bragging about, oh, I'm doing an emergency stream to fucking report on the dabbleverse. It's like, I could never live like that. Oh, but people would I don't want that. I don't want your life, Chad. You know what I mean?
I mean, I do like, look, we're all guilty of it. And I mean, even my show, like on Nightwave, like, I'm guilty of covering what's going on, and I'm going to goof on it and stuff. I think when you start to brand it as something where you're like TM Zumach, then you become the Steve Langford of like the dabbleverse. Like you've decided that you're gonna be you remember Steve Langford from Howard Stern? Like he was that straight news guy that they bought, and they just sort of like, you're gonna run Howard 100, and all he did was do, well, Artie was late to work for Harold.
Do you remember some of the best Howard Stern content maybe ever was when Steve Langford showed up at high pitch mics outside of his home to ask for television. Yeah. He's like, I just don't want this guy outside my house. He's like, I'm just here reporting the news. And he's like, I don't know, this guy's weird, and he wants to know if I have a roommate. I loved the Howard Stern newsroom.
Steve Langford ruled, and Howard Stern ruled. But the point being is that Steve Langford was a tool of the network that was just meant to make like when Chad started doing the I'm TM Zumach, right? Like when Harvey Levin created TMZ, he decided, I'm never going to be in the movie business. I'm in the movie reporting business. And Chad kind of like, if he wants to think of himself as the mud shark and the inconquerable fucking tough guy, comedian, Cleveland radio legend, it's like, but now you made yourself Steve Langford. He's the dabbler versus Steve Langford. Like now he's going, well, TM Zumach came in and I guess, I don't know, fucking Keanu's late on her period. Who knows what's going on? I just checking the garbage when they're outside. And you're like, but I thought you were doing content. Like, it's one thing for somebody to like, if
he's a comedian, he should not be, if he thinks he's the Juliana Rancic of, the dabbleverse, he ain't.
He wants people to think he's Littlefinger from Game of Thrones and he's pulling these strings, and it's not the case. And when he finds out a scoop, he runs on a scoop, but sometimes a scoop's not a scoop. And it's like, you know what I mean? Again, like if it's like, I heard this about Keanu, or I heard this about, it's not like you're now reporting on the people you also talk down to and go, I'm a legend. I sell out whenever Nick Swartzen needs me in fucking Cocoa Beach. Like,
yeah, and I've said this, Marsh. The reason he opens for Nick Swartzen is, and this is what frustrates me with Chad. It's the same thing. I've known Chad, another guy I've known in real life. I've known all the players in the Dabbleverse in real life, unlike these queers in the chat. And to watch them fucking become this, it breaks my fucking heart. And the thing about Chad is he's a fun hang. And the reason he opens for Swartzen is because Swartzen drinks. And I've always said the only thing easier to do than hang out with Chad off stage is follow him on stage. So it works for Chad.
Of course, Yeah, like he's kind of all right. He doesn't drive the crowd out necessarily, but when you come up, it's like, all right.
Oh yeah, it's like, this guy's a fucking pro. Yeah,
no, and it's funny. It's weird because like Chad. All right, so Chad's like a big, Nick Swartzen guy, right? I'm the co-host of Revenge of the Sis, and we've had like I don't know, like Nicholas Goosen on recently, like the director of like, fucking Grandma's Boy and like, Happy Gilmore 2. Sure. And we had like Alan Covert on, the star of Grandma's Boy. Like we're doing all this shit. And then like we're even talking to them. We're like, yo, can you get us Nick Swartzen? It would be so funny if Nick Swartzen just comes on and has a hang with us, because everyone pretends Revenge of the Sis still just is not a thing. And it's like, we're pretty much a thing. Like we're not making $1 million, we're not killing it, but we've managed it over these few years, and it still gives us enough money every month to not be homeless, and then fix like, all the gambling, fucking the Japanese guy that loses at UFC. Like you can make things up. And it's funny watching like Chad just like lash out. He tried lashing out me and Royce, and he gave up very quickly because, first of all, he made the mistake of not even knowing which one of us was the other one at a time when we had already been making it at streaming for years beyond him. And it's like, you're a fucking clout chasing fat. Like he just thought like we lived locally. Yeah, come around, hang out with me and drink. Like we're cool. And I'm like, no, you're a loser. Like, I've seen what you do. Like, you're garbage. Like, and then it became, oh, well, fuck these fucking guys. But he won't acknowledge us because Chad's a fucking dude. Again, dude. A lot of these guys are dude. Kevin Brennan. Right.
Go on. Where'd you go?
I'm just doing this, because he.
No, but they all. This is what
it literally is. Literally fucking 2-hour streams of people going, "Come at me, Gino, you fucking shit."
Yeah.
You fuck. I bet you're cheating on Keanu. Come at me. I'm just gonna say things. Come at me.
When
like,
did it become
Gino's,
that? That's my question.
Chad's biggest thing is come at me, and I'm like, that used to be a meme. Like, that's been a meme that me and Royce abandoned 10 years ago. 10 years ago, me and Royce used to say "come at me" to each other as a joke, where it was like, because "come at me" was a thing at one point in gaming in 2007. But in 2012, me and Royce for years were just going, yeah, come at me, bro. Like, come at me, bro became like a goof. Let me see. Doom, by the way, I will give Doom credit. Doom's one of the only guys that, like, I like Doom, and I'll tell you why. Doom, oh, did my phone just die? Doom, if I'm going to pick a clipper from this universe, right, I gotta give Doom the utmost respect. Here's why. Other clippers have very obvious biases. A lot of these clippers seem to be very, like, almost too friendly with certain people and then not other people. And there's some clippers that you can see that include some people but don't include other people. Then there's other clippers that manipulate shit and make it a little bit like out of context or whatever they're doing, right? I like Doom. The reason I like Doom is because Doom seems to be, I mean, none of these people are unbiased. None of them. But so it's like picking a politician, or you know what I mean, or whatever, or trying to pick a stock or a sports team to bet on, and your emotions are like involved. Like, you gotta, sometimes you're always gonna have some bias. But Doom, I think, really displays the least amount of bias. Doom, genuinely, out of all the clippers, seems like somebody who is constantly seeking out content to gobble it.
You know what doesn't help? Doom. You want a good clip? I haven't done this. I've never gotten to this.
Fuck Doom.
Watch this.
Doom fucking sucks. Doom never includes me in anything. He's a
All I know is if you want, like, I'm telling you.
Fuck me and fuck the New York Rangers. Hi, everybody. What a bad night. Oh, what a bad night. I had a little too much on the New York Rangers tonight. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the program. It is Nightwave Radio. I'm your host, Mersh. Good to see you guys. If you missed last night, we had a lot of fun. We hung out. If you missed the after show, we had the Nightwave after party. I was live with Gino Bisconti last night. Getting drunk, having fun. Welcome to Nightwave. We're live on Rumble tonight. Hit the up fingers. Make sure you're following the channel. And yeah, that's mostly it. Share it out on your social media if you're feeling like a cool guy. If you want to support the show, revengeofthesis.com/Nightwave. I'm going to leave a link in the chat. Pinned comment in the Rumble chat if you want to show some love to this 100% fan-supported program. Lord knows, I ain't making no other money. Just got my ass kicked tonight. Almost every single parlay bet I had the fucking Rangers on it. I was like, how are they going to lose? They're not going to lose to the Blackhawks at home. Who does that? Well, apparently the fucking Rangers do it. The team that almost beat the Panthers last year. Can't beat the fucking Chicago Blackhawks at home. Ooh, that was rough, man. That was like, I pretty much, Buffalo lost. I mean, I am the Bengals now, the fucking goddamn Cowboys are tying it up. This looks pretty bad for me tonight. Now, luckily, I, only put up half of what I had in there. Hopefully tomorrow will be another day, a better day, a brighter day. But yeah, it's Nightwave Radio. Let's have some fun. And let's just I don't know, let's get after it. So I bet some of you guys probably missed this because of, this is just one of those times that I play some old stuff that I played the night before, only because, again, nobody watches on Sunday. I think we had like 300 people in here, so nobody cares. So I'm going to replay this in case you missed it on last night. We got a message from Jimmy Brown.
Hello, Mersh. This is Jimmy Brown. As you know by now, I'm 19 years old and I suffer from various degenerative conditions. This is a Valentine's Day present from Billy Exeter, who was ironically born in Exeter with a mum from Derbyshire by the name of Lord Josh Allen. However, he was raised in Plymouth, Massachusetts. I fear that this message will be sent a bit earlier than Valentine's Day, and that removes the sexiness. Hello, Mersh.
And that removes the sexiness. Thank you, Last Dusker, for 5. He just says, cheers, fam-a-lam and ding-dong. Thanks, buddy. I feel like a ding-dong tonight thanks to the New York Rangers. And you know what? Since the New York Rangers blew it, and honestly, the Knicks almost blew it tonight, I would have been even more fucked. At least I got a little bit of money back. The Knicks won, at least. The fucking Hoosiers won. But I don't know if the fucking... I don't know, man. I don't know if did the Canadians lose, too? Because, that was a wild game. They had, a bunch of score. There was, 5-5 or 5-6 or 5... Oh, no, it's 2-2. The other game was, 5-5. Yeah, and the Canadians and the Ducks right now are 2-2. So that's not... This is a bad day. This is not a great day. Let's refresh today. At least get paid for the basketball. Okay, I mean, still got $13.65 in the account. So we're not in dire straits. I mean, we ended last night... We were at just over 1,000. I did some tennis bets earlier today that all paid off, and I was up a lot. And now we're back to about 1,300. So we're still up since yesterday, but holy shit, did I have a lot more in that account after those tennis bets today. And then we got fucked. But since I hate New York sports fans, and I hate New York sports teams because they just keep fucking me out of money. Have you guys heard the news? Somebody in the chat, are we talking about dabbleverse tonight or not? Aaron missed the goal tonight. All right, so he missed his goal. I've been missing my goal every night. These cheap motherfuckers ain't been giving me money either. So if I'm going to dunk on Aaron, I'm going to need more than he's not making money. I just lost hundreds of dollars on the Rangers today. All right, so you know what I mean? I'm not going to fucking throw stones from my broke-ass glass house. You got something good. If he said something, if somebody has something for me, I'll cover it. But I don't watch the dabbleverse religiously. So the only stuff I know about is the stuff that finds its way in front of me. And the only stuff I know so far is, I got the Kiwi Casino clip if I get desperate. But it's how long am I going to listen to, oh yeah, Mersh steals cats, whoa, buddy, ding-a-ding-a-ding-a-ding. It's just dress up in another wacky costume. So the holidays are tight. Even my audience tonight fucking sucked dick. Nobody was giving me money. So we need to, by the way, people were giving me money earlier tonight, and then you stopped giving me money. So I want to just say that we have continued a tradition of sucking dick on this fucking show. The Rangers made me suck dick. Asakura made me suck dick. And then you guys are making me suck dick. And you guys, frankly, if we're being real, you guys have been making me suck dick for about... We're on... day 9 of just no good donos, several decent donos, but I'm saying no overall, not hitting any fucking goals. We're not doing any of that shit around here right now. And that's just the way it goes. I get it, but you fuckers deserve to be shameful. You know, it can't just all be Forest Mommy. You know what I mean? It can't all be fucking Thief in Law, which I think actually did donate more, and I probably missed some of them. Or for Pineda. Can't be all these guys.